I love dancing. I dance salsa and bachata, and because of that, in November I attended a dance congress called No Solo Salsa. One of the evenings had a Disney theme, and we were invited to dress up as a Disney character. When I started thinking about what I wanted to wear, I noticed something interesting. I realized that I didn't want to dress up as a princess who waits to be rescued. I wanted to be a princess who walks her own path, and almost intuitively, without overthinking it, I chose Alice in Wonderland. At the time, I didn't fully understand why. But not long after that, Alice started appearing everywhere around me. There's a new Alice in Wonderland movie coming, and here in Malaga, the Christmas garden this year is entirely Alice themed. Alice in the Garden of Wonders. That's when I began to wonder, what if Alice in Wonderland isn't just a children's story, but a symbolic map of spiritual awakening, identity shifts, ego, and nervous system regulation? Alice's journey begins with confusion. She meets the Cheshire Cat, smiling, disappearing, speaking in riddles, and she keeps asking, "Which way should I go?" And the cat answers something like, "Well, that depends on where you want to get," which is not very helpful. Like, "Thank you, universe, super clear." And this is exactly how the early phase of awakening feels. You start noticing numbers, synchronicities, signs everywhere. You Google angel numbers, you read 10 different explanations, and somehow you feel more confused than before. What I later understood was this. This phase isn't just spiritual confusion. It's often a nervous system that has gone into alert mode, trying to find safety through answers. Teachers tell you to listen to your intuition, but intuition doesn't speak in full sentences. It speaks in sensations, in feelings, in subtle body signals. And when you are used to logic and certainty, that can feel deeply unsettling. Then Alice enters the mad tea party. Time is broken. It's always tea time. Nothing ever really moves forward. This is how many people experience life. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. I recognize this deeply from my own life. I used to work as an accountant. Everything was routine. Deadlines, numbers, precisions, schedules, taxes. Life moved according to calendars and spreadsheets. And structure itself isn't bad. But I didn't feel passion. I didn't feel meaning. And because the work didn't feel aligned, I felt constantly stressed about time. What I've learned since is this. A nervous system that never gets to rest starts believing that this is just how life is. People think they are lazy, unmotivated, burned out. But often they are simply living in chronic nervous system overload. And when time feels broken, apparently the universe responds with endless tea. Still waiting for mine. Then we meet the Queen of Hearts. Off with their heads! She represents rules, authority, conditioning, power structures. This is society. This is upbringing. This is expectations. From childhood, we are taught who to be, what to want, and what success should look like. Over time, we internalize these rules. We compare ourselves. We judge others. We shrink or we inflate. Sometimes we fight from ego, and this is important to understand. When we fight from ego, it's often a wounded nervous system trying to protect itself. Ego isn't evil, it's defensive. It seeks validation, status, approval. But real power doesn't come from control or dominance. It comes from self-trust, from knowing who you are without needing permission. At the end of the story, Alice wakes up. For a long time, I didn't dare to fully be myself. I didn't dare to start things that mattered to me. I hesitated before starting this podcast, before making videos, before using my voice. Not because I didn't feel the calling, but because I was afraid. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of not being accepted. Afraid of showing up as I truly am. But here's something I've learned. You're not here to be liked by everyone. You're here to walk your own path, to find your own rhythm, to live in a way that feels truly to you. So many of us move through life wearing masks, trying to fit in, trying to be acceptable. And awakening isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you are when you stop asking for permission to exist as yourself. That's where freedom begins, and that's when you wake up. Thank you for listening. I'm really glad you're here.